Well, if you're someone who's looking for a motorcycle, a dual sport motorcycle, which can do off-roads, trail riding, city rides, and some of a bit of touring, then and your price range is around 2.2 to 2.4 lakhs on road, max to max, then we have got couple of options like the Xpulse 200 4V, the Xpulse 210, the newer one, and the KLX 230 from the Kawasaki. So which one should you consider? And are these bikes similar to each other, or is there any world of a difference between all of them? So let's talk about it. Let's talk up with the KLX 230. Well, there are a lot of points about it, and I test rode the bike yesterday. So I have written those in a form of text. So let me just divide it in 4 parts. Number one, the engine performance, the chassis, suspension, riding position, and there's one more, brakes. So if we talk about the heart of the machine, it's a simple 230cc air-cooled engine which produces around 18 to 19 bhp and roughly the same amount of torque. So how does it transfer into the real riding conditions? Well, it has a good low end and mid range, and obviously a dead top end. Well, it doesn't even need the top end performance. It's just no use for the dirt bike or a dual sport motorcycle. It has more than enough power. So for someone who's new in trail ridings or someone who's trying to explore off-roading and all, so you will enjoy the motorcycle, no doubt about the performance. Well, refinement, if we talk about the refinement, that's something I didn't like about it. Well, there are some little vibrations on the fuel tank in the mid-range RPMs. Well, we don't even get the tachometer, but you can feel when the bike is in the mid-range of the gearing. So that's the thing which I like about the engine. Now let's talk about the chassis. It's just too good. Like it provides very superb confidence when you're flicking the motorcycle in the city, like cutting through the traffic or taking some jumps through the speed breakers or pushing it hard. It provides so much amount of confidence that actually comparing it with the Xpulse is a very shameful thing for the KLX actually. It's just too out of the league for this segment. KLX chassis is just on a different league. So very good chassis, very responsive. You gonna enjoy it every single day the moment you start it. Superb chassis. Let's talk about the suspension. Well, after the price cut from 3.3 lakhs to 1.99 lakhs ex showroom, this is the part where the company has done major cost cutting. Well, before the forks as well as the linkage monoshock used to come from the Showa, which has same amount of travel, which is 250 mm. But after the price cut, they have changed the brand of the suspension. Now it comes from the Endurance, and the travel has been reduced a little bit. The front is now something around 227 mm of travel, and the rear is around 225 or something, around the same up. So does it make a huge amount of difference in the real riding conditions? Well, probably not. If we talk about the linkage monoshock, well, it's very fine tuned and it absorbs bumps very nicely, it flicks nicely, and when you take some fast corners, it does provide a confidence. Well, there's a problem with the front suspension. The damping of the front springs is little too soft. So when you're going above 85 km per hour or even 90 km per hour, you feel like the front is little wobbling or it's just too bouncy. So that could be an issue. So be careful with that. The front suspension is a little soft on the KLX. Yeah. So moving towards the next part, the riding position. This is something which takes the KLX 230 on a whole different league from the Xpulse. It has this bench seat really narrow body and the slim frame. So when you stand up on the foot pegs, so you can really hug the tank with your thighs, and it gives really good confidence. So when you will go into the off-road, so this is gonna be the superb thing while riding, and you will gonna notice it at the very first of your trail ride. So riding position is just awesome. And if you're thinking about the higher seat height will be a problem, well, I'm 5'8" and I could almost not flat foot, I can tiptoe on both of my feet. But as the weight of the motorcycle is just 139 kgs, that won't be an issue for anyone who's more than 5'5". I don't think so it will be an issue. So just don't care about the seat height and all. Just go get a test ride and you will notice that even a 5'5" guy or even a 5'7", 5'6" guy will be easily able to manage the motorcycle. If you're below 5'4" or below 5'3", well, that might be a little concerning. That's when you can't even touch any one of your uh, leg to the ground. So yeah, this is about the riding position. Well, now if we talk about the brakes, we get a 2-piston caliper at the front, which is more than enough. It doesn't need any 4-piston radially mounted caliper or anything. Well, the brakes are sharp, really sharp, and on a certain point we do need a certain level of skill to brake on this one. Well, why I'm saying this is because the moment you use your front brake, due to this longer travel suspension on this one, and as the springs are really soft, the bike just dips into it. So this dip is just uncontrolled. So you will have to get adapted to it. I won't say it's an issue, but you will get used to it. And just the thing is, while using the front brake, just be a little cautious because the bike just tips really fast into in the front way. So that might be a little uncomfortable for newer riders, but I guess we will get used to it. It's not that an issue. So now let's talk about the Xpulse. So we have Xpulse 200 4V, the Xpulse 200 Pro, and the Xpulse 210. Well, let's just consider the 200 4V and the Xpulse Pro as a one bike and the 210 as another one. So if we talk about the Xpulse Pro or the 4V, well, let's just talk about the Xpulse Pro first. It has the front suspension adjustable, damping as well as the rebound, compression as well as the rebound, so that does make a hell of a difference. So if you're someone who wants to do a little advanced riding, Xpulse will do help in that scenario. But the chassis of the Xpulse is not even close to the KLX. So it's a kind of a give and take. If you want a chassis response or something that's really sharp, you should go with the KLX. If you want some amount of adjustability and you want to learn how suspension works or how little tweaks transfer in your riding style, then I would say you should prefer the Xpulse Pro. Well, now moving towards the Xpulse 210. At this point, today, like in the September 2025, I wouldn't recommend the Xpulse 210 to anyone. The reason I'm saying that is because there are a lot of issues with these new 210 Xpulses. Some of the people are facing oil leakage issues. Some of the people are facing issues like too much heat in the traffic. Some of the people are facing issues like the sensors. So, and Hero service centers guys are not able to fix those issues. So I don't think so anyone would like to buy a bike, a brand new bike, and just take it to the service center after every first or second week. So please wait for, if you are planning to buy the Xpulse 210, maybe in future the Hero might solve these little issues with the 210, and that's when we can really be sure about the 210. So who should buy a KLX and the Xpulse? So if you are living in a metropolitan city like Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, anywhere in India where you have, sorry, where you have Kawasaki service center with you, you should definitely go with the KLX, and only KLX, only if you're not planning to tour on it, because that's where the KLX lags behind. And if you live in towns or smaller cities, then you should definitely prefer the Xpulse, because it has larger service network and it can tour. If you like, if you're more towards touring and all, then you should be getting the Xpulse 200. Yeah, that's it.